Rising, Grand Rising, beautiful people. How are we doing? Grand Rising. Let me put this on gallery view so I can see the family. Oh, there y'all go. Grand Rising, everybody. Queen Sharonda is right there, front and center for me. Hey, beautiful. How are you, Grand Rising? Grand Rising, Queen Jacqueline. Grand Rising, Queen Arnell. How are you? Oh, y'all coming in here hot this morning. I love it. Grand Rising, everybody. Queen Alashon, how are you? Abrielle Queen, how are you? Queen Lisa, how are you? Grand Rising, everybody. We just letting more people in. Tell y'all cousins that we live. Somebody go in the Telegram and let y'all cousins know that we are live. Wake them up, y'all. It's Thursday. We made it over hump day. And these days have been absolutely phenomenal. If you have been enjoying the past 3 days, because this is day 4, in the morning and at night, I want y'all to put something amazing in the chat. Whatever it is that you choose to put in the chat that makes you feel good. If you have been enjoying what you've been getting so far, put whatever you feel like putting in the chat right now that represents how you've been feeling. Just drop it in there. Grand Rising, everybody. Okay, with the bombs. I see you. Fires and the money bags. I love it. I love it. I love it. Where those banks at? Where the banks at? Because we supposed to be seeing each other at the bank. Y'all drop them banks in the chat. Put them in there. There we go. Grand Rising, everybody. It is so good to
Good.
be able to wake up in the morning and start the day off like this, to be in a room like this. I remember some years ago, I used to get up every morning, and I'm not even going to lie to you. I used to kind of dread going to work. I used to teach, and I didn't feel like this, but does it not feel different when you can start your day off like this with being poured into? With like having the opportunity to have a renewed mindset. So I'm just going to start this one off with talking about it's a thankful Thursday. Can we just be thankful? Because gratitude should always be the attitude, right? Right? Like this is a thankful Thursday, everybody. And so if you're feeling thankful and if you understand gratitude is the attitude, just either put gratitude in the chat or put thankful in the chat, whichever one you want. And then on top of that, I think we should look at it as a thriving Thursday because even when it seems difficult, even when you don't feel like it, right? I want y'all to understand that y'all can still thrive through those circumstances. So this is a thriving Thursday because people like us, I need y'all to understand we built for this. Put it in the chat because y'all seen some of your hardest days already. And it's still going to be difficult sometimes. But you made it through that and you're going to make it through this, especially when you have support now, right? It's different. This is a truthful Thursday. Put it in the chat. It's a truthful Thursday, right? But let me tell you something about this truthful Thursday. I want y'all to start being honest with yourselves. I want y'all to be honest with yourselves the way you expect other people to be honest with you. Because we don't like being lied to. But the truth of the matter is, if we was to be honest, go ahead and put the sunshine emoji in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. We lie to ourselves more than other people lie to us. Let's keep it honest, right? And last but not least, let this be a trusting Thursday. Trusting Thursday, right? And I want you to trust your mentor. Trust your mentor, y'all. You've been assigned and aligned into the perfect space right now. That's why it should definitely be an attitude of gratitude. I want you to trust the guidance that you're getting, trust the information that you're getting. But more so than anything else, trust the process. Put that in the chat, please, y'all. Trust the process because we have to learn to stop leaning on our own understanding and trust the process. This space is so essential to your success. And if you pay attention, how many people are usually on those night calls, but never really fully show up on these morning calls? But see, the ones that are in the room right now understand how important it is to align the mindset with where you're looking to go. Because we might sit up there and take action as far as what our mentors are telling us. But if you don't adjust or realign your mindset, you might get the bag, but it's going to be real hard to keep the bag if you don't change that mindset. And with that being said, I want y'all to start putting mindset in all caps in the chat. Y'all know what time it is. Sunshine is moving out the way. I'm moving out the way for this king. Y'all already know what he do. Y'all done seen it already. He's coming through once again. This is day 4 of some amazing time and space. And so if y'all have not filled out that application, I'm not really sure what you're waiting for. But to be able to be in a space like this every single day, to be aligned with mentors that could give you information that's going to take your life to the next level, there is no decision to be made other than the fact that you no longer want to be in the same space that you've been in. That's it. It's that simple. So mindset, let me see it in all caps. And now I need everybody to come off mute and I want you to give it up. I pour all the love for our very own mindset mogul, our king crew, our coach crew. I need everybody to come off mute and let's start pouring some love into this king. Let's go, y'all. Let me hear it.
Yay!
Let's go.
Good morning, everybody.
Phenomenal.
Let's go,
Morning.
let's go, let's
Super
go.
Thursday. Let's get this morning.
Rising.
At the bank.
All right.
Hello.
Good morning,
Yay.
Dad. Watch it. This
Good
ain't
morning,
got
everybody. Woo!
yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let's go, mindset.
Let's go, mindset.
Bless you.
Do we have the best of the best in the room? Do we have the best of the best in the room? Do we have the best of the best top
Yes.
of the
You
top?
already know.
Absolutely.
Already
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Listen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Look, if you know you're the best of the best, you know you're the top of the top, you know you're the cream of the crop, I want you to put the trophy emoji in the chat.
Hey,
I want
can
you to
do a
put the
dance.
trophy emoji in the chat.
Hey.
You are the MVP. Let's see who do we have in the room today. Every day is what? Let me know in the chat. Every day is a good day for what?
To make it a good day.
Every day is a good day for a great day, right? Every day is a good day for a great day. Hold on, let's make this bigger. Hold up, real quick. I want to see who is in this room. Hold on here. Hold on. So we got Tabitha. When I call your name out, put the trophy emoji in the chat. I see Tabitha. What's going on, Tabitha? Gabrielle, she says she's ready. Who else is in here? Who else is in here? I see Janine. What's going on, Janine? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? What's going on? Let me know in the chat. Sharonda, what's happening? How are you today? Tina, I see you. Tina, you ready? You sitting up in the chair? She said, I'm ready to go. What's going on? How are we feeling today? April, look, if I'm calling your name out, please understand you are the best of the best. You are the top of the top. You are the cream of the crop. If you don't believe it, it does not matter. I could say it all day till I'm blue in the face, but if you don't believe it, it does not matter. What's going on, Lillian? What's going on? When I call you out, I want you to tap yourself on the chest and say, that's me, because you are the MVP. What's going on? I see Leslie. How are we feeling today? Jose, what's going on? Jacqueline, listen, once again, it's amazing to have everybody here. I want to say you are abundant, you are beautiful, you are amazing. There's nothing that will stop you. The only person that can stop you is you. Okay? The only person that can stop you is you. So if that is the case, I want you to realize something. I want you to realize something. What is your happiness like? What is your happiness like? Are you happy? Are you enjoying your life right now? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Are you happy? Are you enjoying your life right now? I have a question for you. Would your life improve if you were happier? Because a lot of us have a lot of gratitude in our attitudes. We're thankful, right? But would your life improve if you were happier? Let me know in the chat what would make you happier. Let me know in the chat. What would make you happier? Let me know in the chat. Because I believe so. I believe that if you were able to be a little bit happier in life, your life would improve. Right? And let me know if I'm mistaken. Let me read some of this. Let me read some of it. Financial freedom, more clarity and purpose. What else? Being your most authentic self. I want you to put in the chat attractive character. Put in the chat attractive character, because opportunities that you are getting are based upon your level of attraction. And it's not about the physical attraction, it's the spiritual attraction. It's who you are spiritually, who you are showing up as when no one sees you. Like some of us might be in the darkest days. If you're in some dark times, just understand it took some of my darkest days for me to find my light. You will find your light. You will find it. It will be right here. It will be so present that you probably overlooked it for years upon years. So the individuals I brought up on, I think it was Tuesday, I believe, Femi, yeah, Tuesday, right? And I had a couple other individuals I would love to bring up. I just didn't have the time. But you never know who a person is going to be. You never know. You never know who you're going to be. You never know how it's going to play out. You know what you do have control over? Of how you handle every situation. You know what you do have control over? How you feel. Right now, come on. I want you to feel something right now. I want you to feel that you are alive. I want you to feel that you have blood running through your veins. I want you to feel that you are somebody. I want you to feel it, because when you feel, you make it real. And I know I can say this because knowing means nothing. And we already know this, but do we do it? When we say, oh, you make me mad. You make me mad. Wait, do you know that you're in control of your feelings? Do you know that you have the autonomy to feel how you want to feel in this moment? Somebody put in the chat how you feel right now. I want to know who I'm talking to. Somebody put into the chat right now. Let me know how you feel. I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know who I'm talking to. Somebody said blessed. Awesome. I want you to really put it in the chat. Don't pretend for me. Be honest about where you are so you can get to where you want to be. When we talk about accountability, that's discipline and consistency. Right now, we're talking about leadership. That's being. That's being the most attractive character, being the person that can speak well, being the person that can think well, being the person that can treat themselves well. Somebody say, I'm treating myself. Let me know one thing that you're going to treat yourself to today. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. We want to create ways that are workable, that create happiness. And when sometimes we think about spontaneity, we don't want to get thrown off on our journey for the day. But I would love for you to add into this space the land of discovery. I want you to add a little spontaneity in your day every day. I want you to be in the land of discovery. Somebody put land of discovery in the chat. And the land of discovery is the realm of possibilities. When we think about being a human being, right, and we talk about this light, we are all attracted to this light. What is this light? The light represents possibility. We are attracted to possibility. The reason why we might watch a movie from beginning to end, because we want to see what's going to happen. The reason why we might stop scrolling and watch a video because we want to see how it ends, because we want to see what's going to happen. We would love to see the possibility. Somebody put possibility in the chat, because when you're in this land of discovery, this is where you will find possibility. Who are you the possibility of? I remember going to Landmark. Anybody familiar with Landmark Forum? Anybody familiar with Landmark Forum? Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you are. Put a 0 in the chat if you're not. I remember going to the seminars. I remember going and hearing people talk. Hey, I don't know, this place is like a cult. Or, hey, I don't know, this place is amazing. I'm getting a lot of breakthroughs. You can hear every spectrum. And I remember they always ask you, who are you the possibility of? Because the possibilities is where everything begins and ends. So right now, when I ask you to chat, who are you the possibility of? Let me know. When people come in contact with you, who do they get to see? Because I know who I see. When I turn this camera on and I see everybody showing up, I'm saying you the best of the best, the top of the top. The reason why I know that's you is because you wouldn't be here. Sunshine already told you. She already alluded to it. She said, think about a number of people who attend night classes. We're talking about hundreds of people who attend the night classes. See, it's about 200 people here or so every day. On a night class, we're averaging what, 400? So you are the best of the best because you create time for your work. You create time for your ascension. You create time for what? For you. The work, when you work on you, everything else works for you. So what I want to do right now is I want to ask you all, what has not been working for you? See, because if we know that our lives can improve if we were happier, then what's stopping us right now from being happier? Uh-oh, this is where we start to get deep. Put a 1 in the chat if you cried this week. Put a 2 in the chat if you haven't. If you put a 2 in the chat, today might be your day. Today just might be your day. I want you to raise your virtual hand. Somebody over there like, nah, not again. Please, please. I'm not here to cry. Listen, it's okay. When you cry, you water yourself. But what I want to do is I want you to raise your hand. I want you to tell me what is not workable in your environment today. Like the environment that you have when we shut down these Zoom doors and you go back to doing whatever it is that you do outside of the computer, outside of your phone. What is that environment like for you? Sunshine, let's round them up and let's start getting them going because this is about to get heavy. What is not working for you in your environment?
Queen Janine, come on and talk to us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Grand Rising, love.
What's not working for me? People pleasing. That's not working for me. Especially when it comes to family. I've always been the one that I treat people the way I want to be treated. When it comes to my family, I'm always the one that I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm always, that's my family. We should do certain things for each other, and I don't get that in return. And I've had many nights where I've cried because I couldn't understand why I was going through this, why I was allowing them to get to me, the things that they've done. And I'm at a point right now where I have no more tears. It's I don't care. My brother literally just he just celebrated his birthday. I was invited to go to by his wife to his party, and I didn't go. I just didn't, I gave a lame excuse. Well, I exaggerated an excuse. It really did happen. Something happened at work. But in all honesty, I really just didn't want to go. I didn't feel like being around the fakeness. I'm always the person that's always willing to support. And I don't get that. I don't get that. So.
Let me ask you first of all, I want to send you a lot of love. If anybody resonates in the chat, I want you to go ahead and put Yana in the chat, YANA. One of my mentors, one of my coaches, Lisa Nichols, she always used to tell us when you can relate to somebody, let them know, because most times people don't understand that there's somebody right there with you that could relate to you and help you through whatever it is that you're going through. So put YANA in the chat because you are not alone, Janine. I really want to love on you at the moment and give you a lot of encouragement, because what you are dealing with is symptomatic. And a lot of us are sick mentally in the sense of how we operate with each other. Isn't it a crime how you could be a family member with someone but hurt them in a way that a stranger would never? Like, isn't it hard to be in a place where you are supposed to be safe, but you feel scared? And I want us to be honest about this, because this is not about just getting to the bag, because getting to the bag, you also have these other parameters. You also have these other things that are circulating while getting to this bag, right? So if you're relating to Janine with this, Janine, I want to let you know, this will get better for you. Now, let me ask you a question. How would you like to feel right? How would you like to feel? Would you like to be able to go to your brother's party, feel empowered and connect with everyone? Like, tell me how you would like to feel.
I would like to feel like that. I would like to feel when I'm in the room with them, because I have other siblings. So I would like to feel loved. I would like to feel accepted. But I know that I realize that what is happening to me through them is happening for me. And
I want you to take your time with this, and I want you to just breathe. Because, like I said before, a lot of us are so anxious and ready to get to the bag. I'm telling you, if we do not heal, it's going to be extremely hard to build. I'm telling you, you don't have to listen to me at all. Anything that I say, fact check it. You don't have to blindly listen to anything. All I'm saying is that you prayed for an opportunity. You prayed to God for a community. You prayed to God for a way for you to feel loved, appreciated, heard, felt, and seen. I want us to have awareness when it's taking place. When your blessings are taking place, I want you to have awareness around it. I want you to be submersed in it and immersed into the experience that you are given, because you have an opportunity to change this. Like, imagine you walk through the door and everybody's loving you. It's your brother's birthday, but it seemed like it's yours too. Like, when you walk in the room, you feel so amazing that your energy, your spirit, it just seems to catapult into somebody else's, and they just become abundant in the same way and are having that light and spreading that love. This is the quality of your life. This is what your life really could be. But guess what? You have to make a choice. Because you said something that was key right there. How explicit can I be with you right now?
very.
So you did say that it's happening through the people for you. And it is happening that way. But don't forget that you must take responsibility for the way that you feel about your brother. You must take responsibility for the way that you feel about what's been going on in life. Because let's be real here. How many of us been sat down and taught how to communicate well to each other? Right? There might be this little boy that's still stuck inside of your brother that's operating your brother's life. Let's be real here. Some of us, this is us. Put a Yana in the chat. This is you. Some of us dealt with some things in the past when we was 12, when we were 6, that is still running the show today. That as an adult right now, you might be 40, you might be 50, and it's still running. That 5-year-old is still controlling your actions. I don't think we thought about it like that, right?
That's the truth, though. Especially when it comes to him, I've tried to, over the years, have conversations with him, and it's like the conversation literally always go left, and I'm talking to my little brother all over again, and there is nothing. I honestly feel that there is nothing that I can do to heal my younger brother. Even when we were young, I've always been the encouraging one. He never thought highly of himself, and I was always the encouraging one. And in conversations that we've had over the years, it just didn't. He has his own burdens that he's carrying. A lot of them, I feel, he put on.
Let me get in there with you for a minute. Let me stop you for a minute. Like, I'm really loving what you're saying right now. It's just I want to teach at the moment too, right? So we're not losing what we're doing here. So for you, I want you to listen to what you are saying, because the power of your the transformation is in your language. You know you can't change them, right? You know, right?
Right.
You said it. You just admitted it. You can't change a person. Somebody put into the chat, I can't change anyone else but myself. Somebody say that. Like, I remember I prayed. I was going through a breakup, bad breakup. A woman I really loved, but she didn't know how to love me. A woman I really love, but I didn't know how to love her. A woman I really love, but it just wasn't the best timing. And I prayed to God. I said, if I could change the world, I would change me. And I became Mindset Mogul in this way, but I've always been this person. I just finally allowed it to show. I finally allowed it to be. I finally allowed it to not focus on the external, but focus on the internal. And I want to tell you right now, Janine, you have to focus on you. You have to focus on you. When you change you, the people around you change. I'm telling you right now, it's so mysterious. It's so crazy that when you change, people around you change. You don't even have to worry about changing them. Let me just prove it to you. Can I prove it to you? I told you I'd just always fact check what I'm saying. You ever meet somebody and you think, damn, that person, you a little stuck up. I don't know if I want to be around that person. I don't know. And then something happens in the conversation a little bit later down the line, and it's like, wait a minute, this person's not that bad. Hold on now. All of a sudden, you changed how you felt, and they no longer feel the same. Wait a minute, hold on, let's get deeper. This a person is a stranger that you see. It's a stranger. You're a little, I don't know if I want to be my real self around them. 3 months later, after dating them, you jumping all over them, doing all this other stuff. Like, come on, let's be real here. The person in front of you changes because of the person that's seeing the person. It's you. Somebody tap themselves on the chest and say, it's me. You can't change your brother, and there's no point to change him. See, the lesson is not for him. The lesson is for you. You need to change you. There's something about you that you need to change about the way that you see him, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you're seeing him is not as beautiful right now. What inside of you need to change? Because when you start making more money, whatever that's inside of you right now would only amplify, would only magnify. So tell us right now, what is it that you would change about you that would have your brother show up differently? You know what? You don't even have to answer that right now. You don't even have to answer it right now. So I want you to take that and think about it. And I want you to sit with that, because you've been doing a good job up here. I know it's not easy to come up here and share like this, but I'm proud of you for doing it, because this is the vulnerability that it takes to get to that next level. I'm telling you right now, there's not like some extra hours in the day that a person gets over you. It's about what you do with the hours that you totally have. What do you do? So with the people, you're not going to change people, but you can change your environment. So you might not be able to change your brother, and guess what? He might be the worst person that you could deal with. Just because he's your brother doesn't mean you have to tolerate his behavior.
Absolutely.
Just because that's your friend doesn't mean you have to tolerate their behavior. You are the star of your movie, the star of your story. You are the casting director. You can change people in and out of your story. It doesn't mean go around waving your wand, get out of the story, get out of the story anytime somebody say something you don't like. But what I'm saying is, before you point the finger at somebody else, realize you got 3 fingers pointing right back at you. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. No, that's the last part. I'm just throwing that in. That don't really just check yourself, okay? But everybody send some love in the chat for Janine. Everybody send some love in the chat for Janine. We're gonna go to the next person.
Thank you.
What about your no problem. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Let us know in the chat. What is it about your current environment that you do not like? Who do we have coming up?
Queen Renette, come talk to us, love.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all. So for me in this present time and moment, I lost my little cousin, like my nephew, last week to a drug overdose. And I'm like, now, God, why? Like, grief is like, I'm grieving, but I have made a wise decision to grieve, but not allow the grief to overtake me. Because I know, as you had mentioned, you got to recognize your blessings. Oh, God, I'm about to speak in tongue, but that's for a whole nother day. Because like, it is so, I'm serious, like, and this may sound cruel, and I'm sorry he passed. God knows my heart is heavy, but I'm glad it was not in this week. I'm glad that God had the mercy when God allowed him to go, that it was before class started, so I could get all of that like out, and get back focused on what God is doing in my life, for it to show up and show out for me and to have my blessings to be manifested. And young lady Jennifer, honey, Yana, but I gave it all to God. And I'm gonna tell you this one last thing, Sean, mindset, because you were talking about the girlfriend and you asked God to change her. I asked God the same thing about my ex-husband. And you know what God told me? He said, why don't I start with you first? Hey, God! He said, why don't I start with you first? Y'all be blessed.
Okay. Look, drop the mic, drop the mic. Listen, so exactly. Why not start with us first? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. And that's the only thing I can do is be honest. And everybody said I can be explicit. The truth of the matter is, your life is unfolding based upon the way that you perceive things. It's coming from a powerful skill. The skill is called perspective. Put the word perspective in the chat. It's the way that you perceive what's going on. It's your own interpretation. If you don't like the way that your life is showing up, you have to change your interpretation of what your life is and how your life is developing. And it doesn't mean that you will. I'm telling you right now, it's a hard thing to do, but when you work on you, everything else works for you. Everybody send some love in the chat for Ronetta, because at the end of the day, it is about me, right? When we talk about me, we're talking about maxing everything. Before you talk about someone else, I want you to point your finger at yourself, because remember, when you point one finger, you got three pointing back at you. So what don't you like about your environment? Let's have the next person come up, because we want to help you change your environment, but you need to have awareness around what's going on so that way you can see the best of the best when it's right in front of you, because some of us ignore the blessings that we have. Sunshine, who we have?
Queen Tanya, how are you, love?
Good morning.
Grand rising, beautiful.
Okay. After talking to you the other day.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, you are beautiful. Okay, say it. All right, go ahead.
Well, I have been looking in the mirror a lot more, or as my little, I'm a Gemini, and we have this little thing, me and my cousin, where we talk about when we have this little thing between Geminis, as we say, when we talk about ourselves, we have in our little team meetings, and my team meetings have been more in the mirror to reflect, so I can see more of me, to get to the heart of me, as you pointed out the other day. I like what the last sister said, because my marriage wasn't the same thing, and God must have been giving out that message quite a bit, because that's the same exact thing I got when he said, how do I make this work without just walking away? Because I've walked away from so many toxic relationships in that respect. And I kept thinking, is it, like she said, them, what's wrong with them? And God said the same thing to me. He said, is it really them, or is it you? And I did start working on me. Things did change. They're not perfect. Far from it. But the last few years have been better. But I still have had to work on not only myself in that respect, but trying to figure out how to let go. I did somebody tell me that I try to control a lot of things, and I think that is because so many things have been out of my control, and so many things were just done to me and in the past that this, I felt like if I could control everything, or if I jumped into it first, then it would make it all right. But by doing that, then everybody came to me when everything happened. And then I started feeling overwhelmed, and I started feeling like I told you, I was pouring out into everybody else, but I realized that I made that situation because of the things I was doing, because of my past, because of the relationship I had with not so much with my mom, but with my dad, and trying to gain his love and trying to figure out where I was in this whole situation. So I controlled what I did. I controlled what my kids did. I controlled what my husband did. The only place I couldn't control anything was on my job, because trust me, you're a Brooklynite. I worked for New York City Transit. So you don't control that. So uh so that being said, that was the only place I had no control, but I was allowed to at least put things back together when they fell apart to a point. And this is hard for me to reach out. It's hard for me to ask for help. And I've been struggling. My bestie reached out to me yesterday. I didn't even see that she had reached out because I was trying so hard to do the homework and figure this out and go with this and go with that, that I didn't even realize she had reached out to me. And I don't know if she's on today, but I did see it. I just never got a chance to answer it. And to ask others for help when things is crazy, and trying to put that all together for myself is hard, because of most of the time just asking for anything is like I told you how I felt about you just what's wrong with you? Why can't you do this?
McNeil,
This is
hold,
not
hold on,
this and everything else.
hold on. Okay, let me hold on, Miss McNeil. Let me get in here with you for a second. If you were hurt, you fell out, couldn't get up, would you ask for help?
Yeah.
No, I mean
I'm
be
just not
real with me,
sure.
because I'm feeling a little. I'm feeling like you're getting there with the vulnerability, but then you're kind of like stopping yourself a little bit. Resistance is there a little bit. I want to ask you a question, and I want everybody to answer the question and be honest. Don't say stuff because you think I'm gonna see it a certain way. Be honest, because that is like one of the biggest problems that we have is honesty. We just lie to ourselves every day. Here's what I'm asking you. If you fell out on the floor, there was nobody else around right now, but you couldn't get up, what would you do? Would you scream for help? Would you ask for help somehow? Would you want help? I want you to really answer it. Don't give me some the fluff. Like if it's a real no, then it's a real no.
I would probably just lay there and probably ask God to help me. I don't think I would, because I don't even, you're right, because don't, I
And I
don't
want
know
you,
if
I want you to
anybody would
don't even
come to help me
don't
because of,
answer it. Don't answer it. Don't answer it. I want you to just stay there in that moment. And I want to flip your perspective. Can we work? Can we do some work right now? Can I have your permission to do some work?
yes.
Imagine it was someone else lying there and you just so happened to walk by. What would you do?
Help them.
You would do what?
I would help them.
I think you would. And I think the reason why you would help them is because if that was you, would you want someone else to help you?
Yes.
So is it better for you to live in what you truly want versus living in what you think other people might do? So if you really would want help, what's stopping you from asking for help? And you already answered it. You said you think that they won't help you. Do you know that you can go around your whole life thinking something will be one way and it could be the total opposite? How many of us put a one in the chat, put a yan in the chat? This is you. I'm not going to that party. I'm not going to that event. I'm not going. I'm not going. And then when you go, it was like, wow, I don't want to leave. Actually, I had the best time. I didn't even think about it. But actually, it was a pretty good event. I'm glad I came. I'm glad I came. This is how we end up with life. We walk around life, we live and go through life pretending that we truly are living a certain way that we care about. Like, you don't care about living the way of being selfish or not thinking about helping other people. You don't care about like living in a space where you're just alone. That's not what you really care about, but that's how we're operating. You know you want to be around other people. You know you want to have someone help you. So why don't you create that? Why don't we, if you were laying on that floor and you had an opportunity to scream for help or ask for help, ask for it. Because that's what you truly want. We must live in the version of our lives that we truly want. Stop pretending to be somebody else and living somebody else's life because you're getting somebody else's results and getting upset at the results. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Don't let that go over your head. We're living somebody else's life, getting their results, and then we're upset about the result that they got because it doesn't match the image of what we want, but we're not living our truth. This is not coming at you in any type of way. This is a illustration to highlight this point.
Okay.
So for you, what would help feel like to you?
Just being there when to answer questions or being there when I need it, because the part of the reason I answered that the way I did, because I recently did need, and I reached out to so many people who, quote unquote, that I've helped along the way, and always, were, I got you, I got you, I got you. Nobody had me except my kids, and one person. Everybody else had excuses and stuff. And I really had thought I had built better, but I guess that really shook me to my core, because being out there like that and doing the things I had done, and I just thought that, I had an emergency situation. My husband was in the hospital. I needed to move, all at the same time, and nobody showed up except, like I said, my kids and one friend who I didn't think, because her life is just on a hamster wheel with things going on, but she was the one person who showed up for me. She was the one person who came.
I want you to do something. I want you to really, like, the one person who showed up for you, I want you to just understand that there's more people like that who would show up for you. But you need to be around more people like that. Sometimes we want a shape to fit, and the shape just doesn't fit. When we were children playing with those little blocks, and if you were an adult watching a child play with the blocks, after a certain point, and the child is like putting the wrong block in the wrong block, you might walk over there and just hand them the correct block to put in that place, right? That's what we're getting ready to do for you. Stop force fitting people to wear and play a role that they weren't fit to play in the first place. See, you thought that those were people who were friends for you, that would be there for you. But what was revealed to you is that they weren't. You thought that they would be family members that was going to be there for you. You thought that, but it was revealed that they weren't. So if we're learning anything from any of these situations, we must learn that we cannot control what anybody else does. We only can control how we respond and what we do to whatever situation that we are in. So let's create the best situations possible. Let's create the best possibilities of being around family and friends who do love us and have that innate ability, because I'm quite sure this wasn't the only sign that you got that those people weren't there for you in the first place. Especially that one person that you always think would be there, but just is not there, because it's never been a trial for them to actually show up and prove that. But it's not about your job going around proving, making people prove themselves to you. You have to have you. When you take care of you, everything else take care of itself. When you take care of yourself, everything else take care of itself. So for you, in this particular case, you know, things happen. Things happen. Some people may not be able to make it at a certain time. Things happen. But I do know for a fact that when we die, for somehow, some reason, they couldn't make it when we were alive. But now that we're gone, somehow they get off work. Somehow they're able to fly there. Somehow they're able to show up. Somehow it happens. You got to also be that person for you. No matter what is going on, you don't wait until it's too late to show up for you. First of all, great job coming up here and being vulnerable. I want to send some love to you. Everybody send some love in the chat. Everybody send some love in the chat. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I want you to look into the chat as well. It's very inspiring when you come up here and share. Thank you for being this person. Thank you for being amazing. And if you could say one word to yourself, what would you say to yourself?
Good job. I wasn't intending, but I'm getting there to just be vulnerable and be seen for me, and just to know that I'm enough. Okay, I lost you.
Can I give you a consideration?
Oh, there you go.
Can I give you a consideration? The consideration would be let go. Let go of everything that's not serving you. Just let it go, because everything that you had to learn to survive, you have to now unlearn to succeed. So you're still holding on to things from the past that is in the past. Let it be in the past, because if you keep holding things from the past, you have what we call a predictable future. So you don't want that. You want to have a powerful present. And having a powerful present is, who are you the possibility of in this moment? So you are enough. You are everything that you said that you are, as long as you show up that way. Everybody send some love in the chat. Thank you. We appreciate you 100%. Good job. Good job. Cool. Next person. We're gonna do this until we go out of time. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go through community and environment and show you all exactly the breakdown of how to build your finances. But I want to know this though. As you continue to come up, please make sure what type of environment you have right now, and what don't you like about the environment that you have right now.
You can unmute Queen Barbara.
Good morning. Good morning.
Grand rising, love.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. The environment I have now, and I'm putting myself in that, is that sometimes I set a plan and I don't follow it because I'll get an obstacle, and I allow other people's situations to make me stop my plan to address their situation. And I realize now, just listening to you, I have to continue to invest in me, and I have to sometimes say no. And my father was always the person who people came to handle everything. And my being a firstborn, I'm like, okay, I've got to be that person too. But everyone else is going about their lives doing what they want to do and making themselves priority. I have to make myself a priority. I have to make myself, okay, this is my plan. No, I can't help you now because I have somewhere I have to go. So that's what I've learned. And thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you don't realize you're the priority of your life, then you go around being the background extra in your own story. And there's nothing wrong with being the co-star, because when you line up with other people, you're gonna co-star with them, just like I'm the star of my story, you're the star of yours, but right now we're co-starring. And when you realize that, you start to have a powerful presence and a powerful relationship with individuals, because you are somebody that matters. Somebody put in the chat, everything I do matters. Let's continue to go. Great job, Barbara. We appreciate you 100%. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Who's up next? Absolutely. What don't you like about your current not relationship, your current environment?
Queen
Morning.
Rachel.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh,
What's going on?
I think a lot of what's been covered already definitely hit home. I mean, especially in terms of showing up for people and them not showing up for you, but then also not feeling comfortable asking for help. But knowing if someone else needed it, I would jump in and help them. I guess the environment that I have is that it feels chaotic in the sense that there's a lot of things that I want to do, and all of them come under that umbrella of helping other people, but there's so many different ways to do it that I feel like I kind of start and stop and I don't follow through. And I think I don't know which thing to follow first. And so then I end up doing a bit of everything that feels like I'm being productive, but it just feels like I'm being busy more than productive. So I don't know how to get my mindset right around that.
I didn't hear anything you said. Your whole accent, I just was in love with your accent the whole time. I didn't know what you were saying to me. Like, did anybody get? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. So the idea is you will do a lot of everything. Like that is part of this life. You will do a lot of everything. But what you focus on the most produces the most energy and has the most magnetizing effect on you. So this is why I say whatever you tune into, you turn into. So you just have to tune into what you want more of. So whatever you see frequently is becoming your frequency and vice versa. So the idea is, what is it that you want? And we don't always have clarity on what is it that we want, because we want everything. If we can get everything, we'll take everything. Okay, cool. So let's start to break it down where we're at. So where you're at right now, what stage of whatever stage in life that you're on right now, let's task chunk it down.
Okay.
What is your goal for the next 30 days?
So I want to have a business that I can eventually give me enough financial freedom so that I can still show up for my daughter and basically make good decisions that don't depend on anybody else's finances. Like I want to be in a good, peaceful position to make good decisions. Because I feel like right now, because I have, the job takes my time and then other things take my time, but I need that sort of steady peace of mind and financial freedom so that I can prioritize, my daughter and having more joy in my life. I feel like all the things on my calendar are just work, chores, bills, and I feel like I'm losing myself, and that's kind of trickling into making everything else confusing.
Yeah, and it's partially because of that separation right there. So a lot of times we use a lot of absolutisms where we say you always. So I think Janine had came up and she was talking about brothers. She said you always, right? Or like let's stem away from the absolutisms. And you're right when it comes to the schedule. We have a lot of work on the schedule. See, the trick in the work is that work is short for working on you. So when you're doing work, you're supposed to be working on a skill. You're supposed to be developing some type of characteristic. When you're doing work, you're just so busy to get the task done. You just want to go from task to task to task to task, task rabbit, right? Like you want to go here, here, here. I want you to focus on what the task is giving you an opportunity to do. Because when you see from the possibility of what the task is providing you, that's when the joy is starting to emerge. So we think that it's joyful because it's just joyful. No, it's joyful because of how we're perceiving what's happening. So for you, I want you to, going forward, first of all, how explicit can I be with you?
Open as you need to be.
Okay, thank you. So I always get consent, just so you know, everybody just always get consent for things because sometimes it could sound a certain way. But if you get consent, hey, they allowed you to say it. So they might take it up with themselves. Don't take it up with me. So when I'm saying this to you is you are in a point in your life where you're going from task to task, but you're not finding the moral in the story. You're not finding the message within the mess. You're not finding the blessing inside of the lesson. You're just seeing it as, can I just get through with it and be done? You're never going to be done. That's the trick. The trick, you want it to be done, but it would never be done because it's doing something to you. And the thing that is doing to you is transforming you. So how quickly do you want that how quickly do you want that transformation of being able to have that capital where you have that financial stability and you have that peace of mind? How fast do you want that to occur? Quick
Now
answer.
would be nice. But I mean now.
No. See that's your no. That's your problem. That's your problem right there. Your problem is you want everything now. you want it now, and that's not how life works. Because if what you wanted that popped into your head right now popped into reality, you have a lot of chaos going on. Right? Think about it. Everybody think about it. If we are these special beings, we have this power. But if what we thought about just popped up right now, wouldn't we have a lot of chaos?
Yeah,
So
there's definitely a lot of prayers I'm glad that weren't answered, because if they had been in that moment, I'd have been like, oh no, that's that's
right.
terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my point. So God gives us this ability to allow us to marinate things over time to see if we really want it. So your job is to have to stay consistent. You're not being consistent enough with what you're doing because it's not giving you that sense of gratification of I need it now. So one of the things I want you to get that you can always get out of anything right now is the satisfaction of learning. So in any situation, any moment, you can learn something. So while you're listening, I want you to be listening for what is in it for you. What's the payoff for you for going through this message? So right now, while I'm talking to you, the payoff for you listening right now is your long-term benefit. So if you want to get this life fast, you must find out all of the what we will call cues, right? We found out all of the cues that are going on in these stories. It used to be like this show called Blue's Clues, right? There's always like truth in like the movies, but like lies in the news, right? And these TV shows are like showing you breadcrumbs of what is. Like this Blue's Clues show is everything that's happening in your life is leaving a clue. And if you just start collecting clues at the end of the day, your life at the end of the day, like the actual day, tonight when you go home, you get ready to sleep and you sitting in your bed, everybody should be doing this, by the way. You should be reflecting on what you've done and accomplished throughout the day. Because all of these clues add up to like coins that you now can step into power with and you add a new level. You ever play like Mario or whatever, these games, you collect these coins and you get bigger or better when you get to another level. Most of us think that the same thing is happening every day is because we're never collecting the coins. We're never collecting the clues. We're just going through the day, hoping that the tasks get done and hoping we're done with stuff. That's really how we're operating. So going forward for you, you need to have actionable things to do, right? So as you go through the lessons, what's going to be my takeaway from this class today? Write it down. Make sure you grab it. So when you grab it, all right, cool, I got that. You check that off. You write the next thing down. At the end of the day, you start to realize all of these things you accomplished, and you will realize you're closer to your goals than you are farther away. But this is a practice, everyone. You're not going to get this day one. It's not going to happen. But as you continue to practice with the framework, you will see that you get a lot faster with your financial stability. Okay. You'll be able to hit that goal a lot faster. Was this helpful you? And tell us why was it helpful to you?
It was helpful because like I didn't get here overnight, like with this, mindset and where I am right now. But so expecting things to change overnight or getting discouraged when it doesn't change immediately, I need that stillness. And especially what you said about at the end of the day, I'm definitely not doing enough reflecting. So I have to incorporate that into like my evening routine. I think that would help me also stay more focused as well.
Absolutely. So, all right, everybody send some love in the chat. So that's exactly what I want from you. So tomorrow, give us an update on what happened. It's Rochelle, right?
Rochelle, yes.
Rochelle. So give us an update on what happened, Rochelle, and let us know tomorrow. But I'm proud of you for coming up here and being vulnerable. Snap it up and clap it up for you. We are running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. It's 9:32. I can take a couple more hands. Y'all want to do 10 more minutes and that's it? I know they're gonna probably get on me at the end of this. Like, bro, you've been going over time all the time. What's happening? Who do we have? Let's bring them up.
Queen Tasharia, come talk to us, love.
It's Chia Pet.
What's up, Chia Pet?
Hey, good morning, everybody. I love you guys. Welcome, family. Sean, you're amazing. So my issue in my environment, most of the time people try to stop me from being successful. When I'm moving forward, they're not at the same pace with me. And they don't want me to move forward. They keep like trying to tug me down with them. So what my issue is, I get like, oh well, I need to stop what I'm doing because they're not at the same level with me. So then I kind of slow down. And then I get to hanging out with them. Then I realize this is not where I want to be. I need to be up with Sean and Joy and Sunshine and stuff. I can't. I don't want to keep going backwards with y'all because y'all don't want to go forward. So then, like you told me yesterday, I got my master's degree. I'm an epidemiologist, and I don't tell people my accomplishments. But you told me don't do that no more. Pat myself on the back because I did that. So my goal was, being a single mother, and my husband died of cancer and everything like that. My goal was to every 2 years to make my income double. And I've been doing that. I went back for my associates, my bachelor's, my master's, going back for my doctor's degree now, right? So, but the thing is like when you start moving forward and showing stuff, I mean, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I am because you told me to do that, right? You told me to do that. I just bought me a Land Rover and I made all this money too, working with FEMA and stuff like that. And I didn't want my oldest daughter to suffer. She's a X-ray technician. And guess what I did? I bought her a Range Rover too, cash. So, I didn't post it, nothing like that, because I'm like, okay, if I post something, people are gonna be like, oh, she doing this and that. So I guess that's my issue. I'm trying to be successful. I want to show people to be successful too. But when I do that, people get mad or get jealous. And then I'm like, okay, then how do I show other people how to be successful without them thinking I'm being boastful? And I mean, if you could learn my personality, y'all should know me by now a little bit. I'm not that kind of person. Just like, just tell you a little bit and it's just, so that's my downfall. Is like I changed some people because my best friend say, Heifer, I saw you making money driving Range Rovers in Mercedes. I went back to school. So, a couple of people will go with you, but a lot of people don't want to go.
Hold on, let me get in there because this is very important. And this goes for everybody. What you are experiencing is you. Like your life is pushing out you. And we don't realize it this way is because once again, we're not taught this. We're taught that just, go to school, get a good job, and have a family and rent. And okay, cool. That's all of that's good stuff if you see it from a certain way. But let me ask you a question. You said that you get with these individuals and you're on a trajectory of going forward and you realize they pull you backwards and that whole tug of war thing keeps happening, right? You're really experiencing you. Because how many times did you say to yourself in the mirror or when you're by yourself in that quiet time saying, you know what, I probably shouldn't be with these people anymore. And you know what, I'm not going to hang around them like that. But then you find yourself right back there hanging out with them. It's not that they're the ones pulling you down. It's a choice that you're making and you're seeing your choice reflected at you. That when you hang around these individuals, your choice to be here with these people, you're now allowing yourself to be in this particular state of mind. Because as I've mentioned before, whoever has your attention has your ascension. You can't help it, but this world is based upon frequency. When you get around 5 broke people, you can't help it. You become the 6. You can start off as rich, but when you get around those broke friends who start paying for everything, Who start loaning
You
everybody everything, and then right along
mhm.
you start slipping right down and being right with them, and then next thing you know, you tell them, "Hey, look, I don't got it today," and they look at you like you ain't got it today. You acting shady. Wait a minute, I'm acting shady. I gave you X, Y, Z, all of this, and then no, and now you're arguing back and forth, and then you think that they just want you for your money, but they're just looking at you as, yo, you jumping ship. So in reality, you did jump ship. In reality, you're not the same person you were when you were giving out all of the money, and now you stopped giving out all the money. So it has never been them. It has always been you. Because is there anybody forcing you to be with them?
No, I cut a lot of people off. So I mean, I cut them off, and so now I'm like just dealing with minded people like me. You know what I'm saying? I cut them off, and I just because I want to go forward, and I want to be successful, and I want to be in a kind of group like people like this, like this group. Successful people. We're struggling to get better and stuff like that, but you know, I
Wait,
don't
hold on,
want to
hold on,
bother.
wait. That, like, remember, all of the answers that we are looking for is in the present, but sometimes we are not present, right? Your language is telling me everything I need to know, but you know who's not actively listening to their language? You.
Me.
You're not listening to it. Like, I can hear what you're saying, and it sounds like you know what you need to do, but knowing means nothing because you're not doing it. So, okay, this is why you're
Because
here.
I feel
Makes sense.
guilty.
Hey, go ahead.
I feel guilty sometimes.
I
I
know, and I
think
understand.
that's my issue. Like, you feel guilty because you want to help them, but then you're like,
Okay, let's nip this. Let's nip this right now for everybody. You cannot control what anybody else does. Yes, we are humans. We're going to have empathy and we're going to have sympathy. We're going to have times where we feel bad for people. That's part of it. But part of feeling bad just checks your human nature. You got a pulse, sister. Like, yeah, you're living because you care about other people. You're living. So that is your validation that you are on the right track still. So I want you to continue on the track. But what I don't want you to do is drive your car off the rails or drive the train off the rails because you're so worried and focused about what's going on over here and over here that you can't see what's in front of you. Because that is what self-destruction is. That is what self-sabotage is. You're so worried about what could happen. You're so worried about what did happen. You're so worried that you're not looking at what is happening. So for
okay.
you, your transformation is coming from what is happening. It's not coming from what was. So it's not about staying around the same people. You don't have to ever leave them in totality, but you do have to be around other people who can water you, shine light on you, send love to you, offer you opportunities, put you in a higher position that you can work with, that you can build with. And if those people do not meet those requirements, then guess what? Maybe I can just say hi to you. I remember, and this is a quick thing before I let Tachia go, and we're gonna bring up one more person. Before I'm in North Carolina and I'm hanging out with family and friends. And I'm in the trenches of the hood. And in my opinion, I just go wherever I want to go. Like my brothers, they always talk to me like, bro, why you move like that? Like, why you move like you can't be touched? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it's not that I can't be touched. I'm walking with love. Yeah, you might be walking with love, but somebody else might be walking with something else, and they want to take and do something to you. And I realize this because when I'm hanging out with the family and friends, I don't know these people. But when they walked into the house, they're like, "Oh, that's your car, bro? Yeah, that's your tough. I like that. That's nice." Wait, what? How you even know this is me? How you know that's my car? How do you know? I never even saw you. So that means that I got eyes on me that I'm not even aware of. That's where I realized, okay, I see what my brothers are talking about now. Because you may be walking with this purpose. You may be walking with this energy, but somebody else may not. And it's not that they're wrong. That's what their situation is. But you have to be aware that other people's situation may not be the best for you. So you don't need to stay in an environment in which a person is not thriving. All they care about is smoking weed and drinking Hennessy. Let's be real. We know those people. All they care about smoking weed, drinking Hennessy. You be sitting there, you be trying to fit in with them. Like, yeah, man, you might get you a little cup. You might chill. Cup ain't even finished. They got on there on the third, fourth, fifth. They got a whole extra bottle. They just giving you a brand new bottle. You pouring out there. They got a whole bottle to themselves, or they smoke 2 or 3 joints, and you just like, damn, I don't even know. I don't even know. I ain't there yet, brother. So I want you to realize their journey is their journey, but their journey impacts yours. So the more time that you're spending around people who are not serving you in the way that you need to be served, the less likely you are achieving the goals that you want to achieve. That simple. Other than that, you're not controlling anything. It's not your job to inspire people. It's not your job to go out and change people. It's not your job to make sure that they get what they need. It's not your job. Your job is to show up for you. And if people can't see the blessings by just staring at you and saying, wow, this person is doing this person is actually on a trajectory of somewhere where I want to go, I want to learn from her. Just like one of your friends came to you and said, hey, look, I see you driving the Range Rover. I see you got that. Show me how to do it, sister. And then you got the people who say, can you just take me to the store? Can I just get a ride? And I don't got no gas money, but like, that's just how people are. So I don't want to keep going on and on with that. I think everybody knows it's clear at this point. It's not about cutting them off. It's about cutting the amount of time that you spend with them. They always say this. Y'all remember back in the day, it was always somebody who was the innocent bystander. It was always a good person who may have ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. It was a reason for that. Because those good people are looking to stay attached to people who are not really in their alignment anymore, just because they're family, just because they're friends. That is over with. If you're not in alignment with my assignment, there's no reason for me to be with you. Period. Now, you could be with the person. Just realize what comes with being with that person. Make sense? Let me know in the chat. Make sense? Was this helpful for you, Tachia? Let me know.
Yeah, thank you so kindly. Because I get lost, and like I said, the guilt. But then I can't go back there. I worked so hard to get where I'm at now, and I just can't go back there. I just want to keep going. Be successful. I want to be like you when I grow up. Thank you.
That's funny. That's funny. I always used to hear that too. Like from the older adults, they always used to come to me, bro. I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm like, is that like a disrespect? Is that disrespecting me, right? It's a compliment. All right, everybody, send some love to Tachia in the chat. We got time for one more person. Let's bring that one more person up, and then we got to close up because I know my team looking at me crazy with the side eye. Bro, you still on? All right, who do we have? One more person, and we're shutting down.
We have Queen Jennifer. Come talk to us, love.
Hello?
The real Miss Jennifer Hudson, that's who this is? Wait a minute. There she go. That's the real Jennifer Hudson. I remember she came on the live like, real Jennifer Hudson. Send her the request.
She was
the real Jennifer Hudson is here in the building. You know what? You know what? I just want to say thank you to everyone that came up all week sharing what they're going through and what's happening with them. And you're not alone. That's why I'm in the chat. Yana. So like when this morning you was talking about, are you happy? And so I was thinking about that. And so I know I've been like in and like my face been in and out. You know what? I am happy. But what am I not happy about? Because it's about what I'm not happy about, right? Okay. I'm not happy about being at my parents' house. But as you were saying, it's a feeling. I thank God for my parents because they own their house, okay? And me and my sister is here. I'm taking care of my sister. My sister is sick. And so I'm happy that I can be here at my sister's house with the house full of food, with everything that I need, and to be able to pour into the people that have been pouring into me for the first time. Because I've been pouring into the wrong people. So, and so I'm so thankful that I'm finally at the point where I'm not living in the past. I really appreciate all the work that you have been doing with us. Like, even though like everybody haven't got a chance to go up, it's like, I still I'm in the moment, in the presence with a lot of you. We're like we are real besties. We're going through the same thing. If I hadn't already went through it or going through it, like I really connect with a lot of the stories. And it's not just a story, like a lot of things that we're going through. It's like meet you at the bank. I'm the bank. So it's a little bit, I've been the bank. And so I really just appreciate all this building and encouragement this morning. I'm really happy about the fact that I'm taking care of me first. In the midst of taking care of my sister's emergency, her health issue, she said, I'm so proud of you for doing this challenge, because this is another part of taking care of me. Eating right in the midst of everything they have to do. I haven't got much sleep, but I've been doing everything I need to do to take care of me. I'm going to be able to rest. I appreciate knowing what my number is. It's 2737. 2737 is right here now. So when I make a decision, I know that if I don't do what I need to do, it's 2737 in the way that's stopping me. It's me stopping me. And so I just want to say that if I don't take this opportunity to find who that person that jumped on your Instagram yesterday, I will regret it. It was the person that I can't find her. I even made a video in the Facebook. I can't find her. She was the one who said, like, make money while traveling. I'm traveling right now. I'm traveling in Chicago, and I have a lease in Virginia. I'm traveling right now. I don't want to miss no money on the table. Please find me, Jennifer Pretty Hair Hudson, JPHH. Like, find me. Like, I will. I don't want to miss that money on the table. But I also want to say that like everything you're talking about as far as like what's in your head, what's in your belief, like making money, you don't make the money. Whatever you want to do, you can do. I mean, because God built us powerful, so powerful. I don't know if you know about the Tower of Babel, where the people, they were so, you know what I mean? They had their, God said, spread out to the earth, and they decided they wanted to be together. And so they built a tower almost to heaven, and it was almost successful. God said, no, I want you to spread out. And he put the different languages in them so they couldn't communicate with each other, so they could spread out. We are powerful. Whatever that we want to do, we can do. So you don't have to worry about that. Just remember, when you're making your decision, know what your number is. My number is 2737. That's the amount of money that I'm missing. That's the difference. That's what we learned yesterday, right? The difference between what you're making now and what you want to make. And so I'm not worried about making that amount, because I know I'm going to make that amount. It just, I need my structure right. No one's going to take nothing from me again. No one's going to, because me, I'm the asset. No one's going to take another thing from me again. Once I build my business right, no one could take another thing from me. Not a car, no money, no. I'm going to be tight. And so that's what I wanted to say. And please connect me to that person who traveled, because I don't want to miss out on that money.
I got you. That's Ashley, and Ashley's in the chat right now. Ashley, message her. Just send me a DM, and then I can connect you too. But I want, yeah, no problem. I want everybody to walk away from today feeling empowered about who you are. Everybody send some love in the chat for Jennifer if you haven't already.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I want you to walk into your power. And there's a power that you have that you may not realize, but Jennifer mentioned, she said, I don't want to say story, but I want to say what you've been going through. I want everybody to get comfortable that it is a story. I know in certain communities growing up, they say, oh, you're telling a story, to mean that they're lying. But every day you tell yourself a story. You fall in love with story. Like that's just what it is. And as a woman, you can't help but to fall in love with story. A man fall in love with what he sees. Woman fall in love with what she hears. It's a story. It's the story that you're telling them. There's a reason why you're here in this room, and it's because of a story. See, the problem is we act like we don't have control over the story. You are the casting director. You are the star of the story. You are your own background extra. You are all of these hats inside of your story, but you must play the roles that you want and cast the people you want in your story. Your story will give you your glory. The only reason why we know what's going on with somebody else in their lives is because if they say it, if they tell it, they're telling us the story. Get comfortable and know your story. In every story, there's a hero, but there's no hero without somebody having some type of antagonizer, somebody who's going to oppress them a little bit, because that is an opportunity for that person to show their greatness. So when you get these challenges, there aren't any champions without a challenger or without a challenge. So don't think that you're going to walk through life and become that MVP without a little challenge. You're going to have a challenge. Now, whether you meet the challenge head on, fearlessly, it's up to you. And I want you to realize that your happiness is based upon your perspective of how you see things. The way your life shows up to you is based upon your perspective and how you see things. So you must see things with the beauty that you want to receive it with. Everybody in here deserves the love that they want, but only a few people will get it because they're willing to go through the pain to get to that prosperity. Sometimes you have to take your pain and turn it into your power so that way you can walk into your paradise on purpose, using your purpose. But that takes you being in alignment with your assignment. But what is that assignment? When you work on you, everything else works for you. That is your assignment, to work on you. Just become the better person. Be a person that can have more patience. Be a person that can tolerate love. Because sometimes when we get love, we shy away. Someone want to give us a hug, we acting all scary, but we really love it. Embrace the journey, because this is all we ever have anyway. Before you know it, we're all gone, and some of us are used up, and some of us are useless. Which one do you want to be? Used up or useless? While y'all have me, use me up. And realize you are the star of your story. As we get ready to close here, we're coming down to the last 2 days of this 5-day challenge. Hopefully this has been amazing. This has been impactful in ways that you couldn't even imagine. If it has, go ahead in the Telegram chat and let us know how you feel. Like, if you was to do this challenge again, would you want to see my face? Would you want to hear my voice? Do you want to have my team? Like, let everybody know in the chat. Somebody asked me, they said, where are the men's perspectives? Because we're only hearing women right now. I want y'all to look around. This room has been dominated by women, and that's a good thing. Snap it up and clap it up for the ladies, the portals to life. You are the portal to life, but you have to show up and you have to be that individual. Snap it up and clap it up for the men, because I know you're in here somewhere, but we want to hear from you. We did hear from Reginald. We did hear from someone else, I believe. Can't remember the name right now. But yeah, man, let's get back into it, man. Come on. So tomorrow we want to hear the men, right? Tomorrow we want to hear the men. I'm sending everybody love, beautiful energy. Let's have everybody come off of mute. I want you to snap it up. I want you to clap it up. You're the best of the best. Today is a good day for a great day. Let's go out there and be amazing. Can we have everybody off of mute?
Let's go.
Amazing. Thank you.
Everybody.
Yes.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm going.
Never get picked. I never get picked.
Great way to start.
Hear the men talking in the back, right? I heard them mumbling in there. Yeah. So we here. That's right. Show up tomorrow, though. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Actually, we got class tonight. Be there on time, please. And on time means ahead of time. Peace, love, and beautiful energy.
Great
You
day,
are
everybody. Love
amazing.
y'all. Thank you. Be safe, everybody. Love y'all. God bless.
Love y'all too.
God bless. Thank you.
God bless.